Okie dokie. So welcome to the special meeting of the Board of Selectmen. It's August 30th, 2023 at 9:02. And if we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. I just want to make one comment here. Our next regularly scheduled Board of Selectmen meeting will be at its regular time on September 11th. And the reason we've had a couple of special meetings is because there's business that needs to be completed by a certain date, and that falls into the window between the meetings. So first up is the tax refund requests. And that is also the reason it's on here is because there's a lot of people waiting for refunds, and August is a busy month. So I'm just going to ask for a motion, unless anybody has any questions. Motion effective August 30th, 2023 to approve the presented tax refunds in the amount of $64,172.05 and to authorize interim town manager Lee Erdman to execute the tax refunds.
I'll move that.
Okay, second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that passes. The next item is the Tai Ji Quan Moving for Better Balance program. Kathy Marshall at the Senior Center completed an application for this program. Kristen Formanak is pushing it forward, and it's basically a class, a Better Balance class. It says that we've applied for this and received the grant twice before, and that there's no town match. And I believe this program would be offered free to resident seniors. So I'll ask for a motion of, and it was a timely issue. It had to be done before the next meeting. Motion effective August 30th, 2023 to submit the Tai Ji Quan Moving for Better Balance application and to authorize Lee Erdman, interim town manager, to execute the grant application. And if it's awarded, move to accept the Tai Ji Quan Moving for Better Balance grant and to authorize Lee Erdman, interim town manager, to execute the application and to authorize Lee Erdman, interim town manager, to execute all documents related to the grant award.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, so, and all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
And there's, we have two job changes, and both of them came to the personnel subcommittee. I believe it was last week, right, Amber? Is it?
I believe that's correct.
Yeah. So the first one in the packet is a change to the administrative secretary at the WPCA. Basically, if you read obviously you did, it's a reduction in hours that the WPCA felt that this job had gotten bumped up, and then they realized the need was not as great right now. So they actually bumped it back down, which results in half the salary savings. Tom, did you want to weigh in on this and mention anything about this?
No, you kind of talked about it perfectly. It is part of, I will mention, it is the sewer use fund and not the town general fund. So that's where the savings will be seen.
Okay.
But other than that, no.
Oh, and then the other piece too that's really important is that the union has been part of the conversation, and they're in consensus on this agreement. Both Amber and I, when we discussed this at personnel, we're very happy to see that people are looking at savings and reductions in the job descriptions, not just increases. So I would just like to open this up to the floor if anybody has any questions.
Yeah, the only other thing I would add is that from our discussion that we had in personnel, it sounded like a lot of the savings were coming from being able to automate a lot of processes and efficiencies that happen in the database. So I think at the time when this got bumped up, there was also a transition in management, and there was additional duties that now, because processes have been streamlined and automated, they're able to bump this back down. So I agree with Wendy. We were happy to see the savings, but I think it also is just some efficiencies that have been realized.
Okay.
It was interesting to see the word typewriter was removed from the previous draft, which speaks to how long it's probably been.
Right. Right.
You don't have one at home that you're using anymore?
No, no.
Lee, did you want to add anything or you're good?
I'm good. I just wanted to put a plug in at some point for a pay and classification study. I've obtained all the job descriptions in the town and reviewed them. We have some job descriptions that go back to 1989. So at some point in the future, you'll probably see a recommendation to provide funds for a thorough pay and classification study to, among other things, update all those job descriptions.
Okay, that sounds good.
I think that's something that Maria brought up several times that had been on her list to do. Is that, I see, Tom, you're nodding your head. So I think we know this has been on our radar. It's just been a matter of finding the right time and funding to do it.
Correct.
Good point. Would that also, we also have talked about a total compensation study. Does that go hand in hand with the classification study?
It certainly could. It could be a component of that analysis, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So ask for motion effective August 30th, 2023 to approve the updated job description for the Administrative Secretary 1 WPCA as presented. Further move to establish the position at grade T6 of the CSEA SCL employees pay plan. Further move to endorse authorization of the town manager to enter into a memorandum of agreement codifying the terms of the tentative agreement on the matter with the union.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that passes. The second one is another job update, and this one, Tom filled us in on this one, but the town planner looked at this role. There's an experienced person that's been in this position for quite a while, and that they envision adding some more responsibility and making it more of an advanced role. Tom, do you want to, again, this has also been passed by the union. To anything you want to add, Tom?
No, it's all there in the cover memo. It was George came to us, identified ways to better use current employees and their skills, and also better the position itself to be more useful to the department as a whole, both from the planning and building side. So these were recommended by a town planner as changes to make to better the department.
Okay, anybody have any questions on this change? Okay. And we did have, if you wanted to watch the personnel subcommittee, we did talk about this for a little bit. So looking for a motion effective August 30th, 2023 to approve the updated job description for the land use and building clerk as presented. Further move to establish the position at grade T7 of the CSEA SCL employees pay plan. Further move to endorse authorization of the town manager to enter into a memorandum of agreement codifying the terms of the tentative agreement on the matter with the union.
So moved.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
Okay. And all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And next we have some appointments and resignations. So the first appointment is Suzanne Sinacori to the Board of Directors of the Farmington Valley Health District. We usually have a Board of Ed member as one of these directors, and she is the new supervisor of nursing at the Board of Ed. Questions, anything, anybody? Okay, move effective August 30th, 2023 to appoint Suzanne Sinacori to the Farmington Valley Health District Board of Directors for a 3-year term set to expire on April 24th, 2026.
So moved.
Heather, second.
Second.
Eric, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
I think it's great. We have someone with a medical background taking on a position for the Farmington Valley Health Department.
yeah, that's really good. Good point. So the next item is appointments to the Economic Development Commission. And we had done interviews, I think it was back in June. And we finally met last week to narrow down the selections. We did get a good group of candidates. One thing I will point out is that the two appointees meet some of the slot requirements for areas of expertise. One that was open was the business community, and one that was open was the marketing community. So that helped kind of narrow down the choices. I do think we'll have some openings in October, so we'll have to revisit this again and potentially put this back out. But I was just wondering if anybody had questions or comments on this.
No, I was wondering where the appointees came from, and you answered that question. Thanks.
Okay, we had 5 people, and I think we had 5 or 6 people, and it was party related to some extent. But then we looked at, Tom Fitzgerald pulled up the slots because that was defined somewhere that we tried to meet those slots unless we couldn't. And because we could fill those slots, we did select based on that. So move effective August 30th, 2023 to appoint Matthew Nacharian to the Economic Development Commission for a term set to expire on October 10th, 2024. And move effective August 30th, 2023 to appoint Matt Arthur to the Economic Development Commission for a term set to expire on October 10th, 2023.
So moved.
Thanks.
Second.
Okay, that's second. All those in favor on those appointments, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And the last item is a resignation and appointment to the Zoning Commission. So we have Melissa Osborne, who was an alternate on zoning, has resigned back effective August 13, 2023. And now we're going to appoint, the Democratic Party has appointed Dave Moore as the alternate for the Zoning Commission effective today. Any questions before I read the motions? Looking for a motion effective retroactive to August 13, 2023 to accept the resignation of Melissa Osborne as an alternate member of the Zoning Commission, and to move effective August 30th, 2023 to appoint David Moore as an alternate member of the Zoning Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, after that, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, second. Okay, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thanks. Enjoy your first day of school.